Welcome everybody here on this Work-Life Success Mastermind with Bonita and Mark Thompson. Thank you very much for joining us. And we'll be all brainstorming together how to grow your business and also be more happy at home.
Yes, and why we joined those two topics, happiness and business, because we see that this is very important, that there are so many business people who are successful with what they do, but they cannot find this fulfillment in their personal life. And here we are observing a beautiful couple, Bonita and Mark, who have both, and we would like to learn from experts how to do it.
For me, I would like to see us be able to expand into a place it's a worldwide thing as opposed to just Boise or then.
Holy cow, it's working now. So why is it working? And for you, I bet in your 7 courses, you have the ingredients. It may be more like recombining the DNA, but it's got to be built around the customer and around what she or he perceives is their pain.
I'm getting you now.
And I just think you're going to kick it now. You'll knock that over because you've got the ingredients.
Oh, and the good news, most of it's already there. Gosh darn.
Exactly right. I think that's what would get the press, because I think you need the press to make sales now. You're in Boise. You didn't come to Boise to do this, really. No. But you're still in Boise. So I would question where it is that you need to be to serve people who can hear that message. So let's go to where the customer is. And you have something that's so special where
You have so much amazing people around you. And my question is, how can they, because they have an amazing story to tell, get it out to a broader audience by having this powerful people that have a huge connection and impact in the world?
I think it's not so much about finding famous people. I think everybody's knocking on their door. They're all well handled. They're all well overly managed. I mean, you know from trying to reach people with interviews, and I'm sure Precious has had this too when you've had alignment with Hollywood, and you've had it in Silicon Valley, right? You know, so the question of being able to have contact with these people is, you know, for what? And so the one I'll give you one example of one way that I think can kind of address this issue of the gifts you have, so that other people could see those gifts and unwrap that, would be to think about the people who are out there who are the influencers in your field. Who are the people who are transforming what you do and taking it to a level that you admire, respect, and cherish? And so it needs to be in the context of the world that you're living, because you know what? People can read fake really fast. And I found that the most famous people read it the fastest, because everybody has an agenda with them. The hardest thing in their lives is finding anybody authentic. Everybody's selling. I remember hanging there with Richard Branson. Finally came over and sought me out at the bar, right? It's like, you know, generally people who've found what works for them have a sustainable model in place based on 3 things that we learned about. It was surprising because we did a global survey on success, and we asked successful people what the definition was.
And we were trying to hone in on how successful people define success. And what we found was that all of us have kind of a general definition of success, but it's not all the same. But there are 3 main types of definitions of success. The first one is, I'm successful when I am serving a larger cause, when I have a purpose, when I make a difference in life. The second group of people said, I'm successful when I set an achievable goal and I achieve it. Now you can imagine these 2 groups probably don't get along really well, because one is curing cancer and the other is, I'm getting this done today, right? And then the third group said, I'm successful when I experience all of my passions, with the emphasis on the word all. Because if they didn't experience one of the passions, they weren't as happy. So this group was actually the least happy, which I found kind of interesting.
They were all successful by external measures. You know, they had a reputation, they're making money, they had a career, they'd be asked to speak at their industry conference.
And what we found is that the people who had long-term success were the ones who kind of used this as a 3-legged stool.
Not just 1, but 3.
But they kind of took on all 3 definitions of success. And when one of those wasn't in favor, they could use the other 2 to kind of stabilize their lives.
Right.
And so finding something that you can have that cause that you're serving, you have a manageable goal that you have together, and you're moving forward on that, and you find you do it secretly for free. When you can find whatever that is, then you have this incredible stability.
You are unstoppable.
Yes.
This was the best mastermind I've ever been to in my life. Y'all play no games. I'm like, I'm play no games.
That was amazing.